Hello, I'm Matt Gill from thehouse.com, and this is a 2020 Salomon 6-piece snowboard. The Salomon 6-piece is kind of a throwback deck to the 90s. It's a jib slash park board for beginner to advanced level riders. This is actually kind of a fun board because it's Grenier's kind of pro model and collab with crab grab stomp pads, gloves, and fun accessories. This is a cool board that also has a kind of like a throwback design to Terrier's old sword graphic with a sledgehammer instead, which is pretty cool. It's obviously a true twin board. The nose and the tail are the exact same shape. It has a centered stance. It features a profile that has both camber and rocker. It's a hybrid called rock out camber. In between the feet, the board is kind of raised and there's a flat section providing a camber style feel that's stable while it's on an edge and still has a really good amount of pop directly behind that back foot. But as you start to see, there's a decent amount of rise on the nose and the tail, lifting up those contact points, which is pretty cool. In addition to that, the 6-piece has a freestyle edge bevel where they bevel the edges at 1 degree, so you're less likely to catch. But the nose and tail are a little bit more blunted off. They have a short kind of up kick and swoop past the contact points in that rockered section. It also features the no chips style tips. On the nose and tail, there's actually inserts that help to combat the nose and tail from chipping if you hit it on a rail. The feel fluctuating on the deck is actually, I feel just a little bit more firm than I thought it'd be. Salomon rates it to be fairly soft, but I'd say it's a very firm 4. It still has that aspirin strong style wood core. There's Triax fiberglass instead of biax on both the top and the bottom, which is pretty cool. But the thing that really stands out with the wood core and the flex pattern of the 6-piece is the Popster core profiling. There's a couple brands out there doing core profiling now. It helps the boards to flex or give energy to an edge, depending on where it's profiled out. Salomon's Popster core profile is actually, has a standard thickness underneath each foot and towards the contact points that kind of just mellows out. The thinnest parts of the board's core is actually in small sections on the medial side of where your bindings rest, so just right there. And then of course it can be a standard thickness right down the center. So those thinner sections on the medial sides of where your bindings are allow the board to be pressed on both the nose and the tail, but the flex point isn't in front of your foot, which can cause you to like tip over or buckle over the top. It's actually on the medial side. So you have a firm platform to keep your board locked into the press, and then you still have the ability to rock that board up and make it look crispy. Now the bases can be actually pretty dang fast. For a park style board or a jib specific board, it's good to see a centered style base with a medium grind with a stone grind style finish. So you need to keep it waxed up throughout the season. If you're a jib kid, this board is going to ride a lot faster if you wax it than if you don't. Remember that. And then of course lastly is the EQ Rad, or the equalizer radio style side cut. It's kind of a unique thing that Salomon does with some of their boards. The 6-piece actually has kind of 3 flat sections within their side cut. One between the feet, one that's kind of angled up on the nose, one that's angled kind of up on the tail, of course, with radio style transition zones. What that does is that when you're like setting up for a jib, trying to track straight or taking off a lip, when you create a little tilt with the board, just a touch, it doesn't cause you to like veer off. It actually helps you to align straight. This is a great board, but it has a really cool graphic, of course. Chris, he's been in the game for a really long time. He knows what he wants. If you're someone who loved the 90s and grew up riding in the 90s, this is gonna be a fun little board with a couple of tech updates like that Popster core profile and the rock out camber profile shape that's kind of like more modern day style snowboarding. This is a great one from Salomon, of course, called the 2020 6-piece, and you can check it out at the house by checking out those links below in the description. Thanks. Peace.